Do you think that's the best Hayden? Because we were watching Melvin. I don't know if this was before we went live or when we were live, but he was saying like that one of his super chats in his stream said, I thought Dave directed Hayden better than George, which is not exactly what I said, but I think this is the best performance we've ever had from Hayden. I think it's better than anything he did in the prequels. I don't know if you agree or not.
No, I don't agree at all because it's like 4 minutes, 10 minutes at most of Anakin compared to like what, probably like hours of him in the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the quantity. I'm talking about the quality. That, like, to me, Hayden did stuff in these two episodes that I've never seen him do. Not only in the prequels, although there are some moments in the prequels where he actually does, I think, better acting than people give him credit for with some of like the emotional scenes and stuff. But in these scenes in last week, man, like there's this like facial quivering and these like the scene that I keep coming back to is when he steps back and goes from the dark side back into light side Anakin. Like that's a phenomenal physical performance. Like that was great. And I love the prequels, but I wouldn't count like Hayden's acting as like one of the best parts of them. I was shocked. I was shocked last week at what Dave was able to pull out of that guy. And I wonder, like to me, I want to know what it was. Like, was it the direction? Because Harrison Ford has talked about this before, where he said that George isn't really an actor's director. Like he doesn't fully appreciate the process of like an actor finding something, right? So yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was his best performance, and it was like that was not something that was on my radar. Like I was like, okay, we're gonna get some dope Anakin. It's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be something I can pick apart with theories. But I didn't expect like a legitimately great performance from Hayden, man. It was to me, it was the best. It was incredible.
Okay, so my thoughts about that is that you're having now Anakin in two different time periods. One is where he's like a very confused and conflicted boy, where he's constantly having dreams about his mother dying. He's still dealing with the slavery that he had as a child. He's now dealing with his wife potentially dying, and his strongest ability is the ability to see into the future. So he's going to be really robotic, right? It's like he wants to act out, he wants to be himself and be emotional, but he can't because he's constantly being like constricted with this belt that the Jedi's putting on him. But now he's free. He's totally free.
That's
He
true.
can he
Yeah.
can think how he wants. He can speak how he wants. He can say what he wants. He's done it all, seen it all, breathed it all, destroyed it all. And so now you got a completely different Anakin character where the range that Hayden can act is completely shown in this new, I guess, version of him,
Yeah.
which we haven't seen before. Whereas before it was just like basically just trauma.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, there's the only thing I would say, because I do like a lot of the performance of Anakin and sort of the way it's written. It's very like shonen to me. Like he's just this child that's kind of being dragged around, has these incredible abilities, is almost ostracized because of it. And there's good stuff in there. I think the only thing is, as good as Sith is, and there's moments that are great, there are a few like key moments to me that I felt like he just didn't nail. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
nowadays when I watch it, I'm totally like enamored by it. But I remember the first couple of times I watched it, I felt like the turn happened a little too quick.
Mhm.
And like I didn't feel it the same way. You know what I mean? It's like I thought maybe I would when he actually like turned to the dark side. But I do think it's a good point that you brought up, because he is kind of different
Just very
in this
wise now.
place.
Very
Yeah, yeah,
wise.
yeah, and it's cool the way that he played it. I'd love to know what the direction was, from Dave. I watched a little bit of they did like a little featurette, right? Kind of behind the scenes thing.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's super obvious that Dave is writing that as Anakin. There was some debate out there, and some people were like, I don't even know if it is Anakin. Maybe it's just the Force or whatever. But it's pretty clear when you look at what Dave did, it's Anakin. And I'm just thinking about, I would love to know, like, what did he say to him when he was playing it that one way, the scene going from dark to light? Like, what was the direction? Like, was he saying, like, you have gone to the dark side to teach her a lesson, but now you actually have the ability to come back, like, because you're now balanced or something? Like, what was that like? Because it was phenomenal. I felt like not only mythologically, just adding to the mythos of Star Wars, but from the performance perspective and what it meant to Ahsoka, is so on point, dude. And it's crazy that he directed that too. Because I don't even like Dave, like that is all time great Star Wars to me. Like that's up there. And it's just wild that like he actually did that, man.
Yeah, and I just think it's maybe like a glimpse into a window of what we could see with Anakin going forwards. Hopefully, we'll get to see more of him. And I don't think this is the end. I think this, when he left her, he was just like, maybe there's hope for you yet, and then
Yeah.
disappears. So yeah, there's gonna be more.